Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo, and today we're going to be creating 5 pair of earrings with these. So this month I received some really beautiful goodies from Jesse James Beads. And the earrings that I'm going to show you are ones that are made mostly from Let's Be Mermaid in Splash. Yes, mermaids! If you followed me for any amount of time, you know that the beach or anything to do with the tropics is my favorite subject. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get to creating. Now the first thing I want to do is I need to do some gluing, and then while we're creating the other earrings, these can be drying, and then we'll come back to these. But I got these embellishments out of some packet of buttons that Jesse James included in my shipment this month, and it comes from their sister store, Dress It Up Buttons, and there's all kinds of little tropical things in there, and these really pretty flowers, and I'm just going to glue them so we have two-sided. And then I got this tassel from the Rainbow Water Ice Mix. They have yellow, kind of a coral pink, and then these turquoise blue tassels. And what we're going to first do is we're going to get an eye pin, and we're going to open it up and hang the tassel on here like so. By the way, these buttons come in different colors, and I believe they may have a corally peachy one that the coral tassels would look good on from Rainbow Water Ice. All right, so once we get that hanging there, I'm just going to take some E6000 glue, and I'm going to see if I can do this without making a mess. Let's put some glue on there. Put the cap on immediately. And then I'm just going to take a toothpick and kind of spread it around. And then I'm going to take the eye pin. Actually, this eye pin's not very straight. See if I can get it to be straighter. Okay. And I'm going to just lay it at... All right, Terry. Clumsy here. Anyway, I'm going to lay it so that the eye part of the pin is in between two petals. And then I'm just going to put the top on here like this, and it gets a little fiddly, but once you get it all how you want it, I'm just going to set it aside for it to dry, and it's going to take a little time to dry. Now, one pair of earrings that I am not putting together right now because they're just really simple. I love these. Aren't they really cute? And I actually am working on a project, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. The review will be in August, and it has something to do with mermaids, and that's all I'm going to say. But these earrings are going to be in that collaboration I'm doing, and I just needed them to be very simple. Which also brings me to the subject of a video, a little short that I posted the other day, asking for some help to create some earrings. I had these seashells, and then I had these seashells, and then I had a starfish, and I had a mermaid tail. And then remember, I had a button, and I was making a pair of earrings, and I asked y'all's opinion on what I should hang. The starfish, one of the seashells, leave it plain, a mermaid tail. Well, we're going to make a button with one of those. Obviously, it wasn't this seashell. And these earrings that we're going to make is going to involve the seashell. So, of course, it wasn't that one. We are going to be using an eye pin This little green crystal I got from Let's Be Mermaid Splash, along with this shell charm that came from there, and these little spacer beads that also came from that bead mix, and then I'm using a gold ear wire. So the first thing I'm going to do is just open this eye pin, and I'm going to hang the seashell pendant on there. Gotta make sure you open it wide enough, and then close it back up. And it is a little tight on this particular head pin, but it's going to dangle really nicely. And then I just took one of the daisy spacers, the little green crystal, and another daisy spacer, and this is basically going to be our earring. And you're just going to make a simple loop. Like so, and hanging on an ear wire, and we are good to go. Need to make sure that your circle here is facing in the right direction, which it is. And then when you hang your ear wire, you need to make sure that's going to be facing in the right direction. And here are the earrings. Aren't these nice? Very simple to do. So far we have these two pair of earrings. And I can't remember if I told you or not. All I did was took ear wire, opened up the little circle there, and hung these on and closed it. So these were really, really simple. This is a little bit more advanced, but not much. So the next thing that we're going to make is going to involve this. I think it's an agate. It also came from Let's Be Mermaid Splash. A head pin. We need an ear wire. And I've got, I think that's about a 6mm jump ring. And then I have like a 3mm jump ring. I needed 2 jump rings. And this is going to give you a hint toward what I used for the earrings y'all helped me with. It's not going to involve the starfish because we're going to put it in this one. I'm also going to use some of this chain that I got from Jessie James Beads. Isn't this really pretty? I loved it. And I have some plans to make a necklace with it. But right now we're going to use it in this earring. Now honestly, you could just hang this on a head pin or an eye pin and have a really cool pair of earrings. Just like these little seashells here. But I wanted to step it up a notch. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to put this bead on a head pin. And I'm going to use a one-step looper. I haven't decided if I really like this or not yet. The jury is still out. Do you ever use this? If so, how do you feel about it? And if you have any hints on using it, let me know. But there we go. So we have the little loop made. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this larger jump ring. And I'm going to hang the chain on there and the starfish, and I'm going to close it up. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how much I need here, and we're going to hang this little bead on it. So let's see, I've already got one done, and I got to remember how many of these links I kept on. So I think I have 2, so I'm going to want to cut this link right here. By the way, I really like this chain. This is a very unusual chain, and I think it's beautiful. And once I cut that, I have this left over, and I'm actually going to save it because I think it'll make a great spacer bead. So I don't want to lose that. Put that away. All right. Now the next thing I want to do is open up this little eye pin here and hang it on the bottom of this chain. Close it up. And then we need to hang the ear wire. And the reason we have 2 jump rings is because, as you notice, they're going in the same direction. If I hung it with just that 1 jump ring, it would be hanging like this. So in order to get it to turn the right way, I needed to add another jump ring. And I decided to add this little tiny jump ring. Now I'll close it up. And we have some more earrings done. Yes, you could have just made simple earrings, but look at these. I just stepped them up a notch. They have a lot of fun movement to them. And I love this color. All right, so we didn't use either the shells or the starfish. And of course, you know I'm not going to just leave it a plain button. So I think you know who won out. Yes, it was the mermaid tail. So let's make the earring that I came up with using the mermaid tail and the button. I'm using another one of those agates, and then these daisy spacer beads and the little glass pearls that were in the Let's Be Mermaid splash, and of course the mermaid tail, and this big hold spacer bead here, and the button that came from Dress It Up Buttons, and we have an ear wire. And we're using some wire, but it's just not any old wire. Look what I found in my stash. Isn't that pretty? We're actually going to use colored wire. And I do believe this is like a 26 gauge, so it's really, really thin wire. So the first thing I want to do is make a loop for this mermaid tail. So I'm just going to take the wire and draw it up. Clip it off and just twist to make this as one wire. Okay, and then I'm just going to clip that off to make it even. Usually it doesn't matter, but in this is really, really thin wire, and I just find it easier to work with it if it's even. So now I'm going to take my round nose pliers. I'm going to go to the very tip. I want a small loop, and I'm going to just make a messy wire loop. And then just wrap it until I like the look of it, and then I need to tuck in these ends with a pair of flat nose pliers. Now the next thing I'm going to do is get some more wire. And this button has 4 holes, but you can use a 2-hole button if you want. And I am just going to put the wire in one of the holes. And we're going to do the same thing we just did with that fishtail. Cut this off. And then I'm going to twist these two so we have one wire. All right, once we have one wire, I'm going to take this big hold spacer bead and put it down like that. So now I'm going to take my round nose pliers and make a loop, and we're going to hang the mermaid tail off of that. So before you start wiring your loop, make sure you hang your tail. And then just do a messy wrap. And once I get it wrapped messily, I'm going to tuck the wire in. Okay, there's half of it. Now we're going to take these beads and some more wire. All right, I got to figure out how I did this. Basically, you're just going to sew a pearl on one side here. Like that. And then you want another pearl on the other side. So see how the wire came up through one of the holes there? And then I'm just going to put it back through a hole like that. Okay? Just make sure you've got it tight. You just draw up your wire and twist so you can have one wire. Now, I got this idea here from one of my viewers. Thank you, Maria. That was a great idea. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this. And I don't probably need to go all the way up. I'm going to clip it off right there. All right, so what I'm going to do now is use one of these daisy spacers and then the crackle agate and then another daisy spacer. Using the thin wire allows the beads to be able to go on there quite easily. And now what I'm going to do is get my round nose pliers out and make a little loop, messy wrap loop, and hang my ear wire on it. And we have another fun pair of mermaid earrings. Always need to make sure you tuck in your wires, because if you don't, even earrings, that can scratch your neck. All right. And there's our little mermaids. Love the way they came out, and I love the way the tails flip and flop. I almost think they look like mermaids. When I was designing these earrings, I really wasn't going for that, but they've come out nice. And maybe this could even be a, I don't know, fertility mermaid with a little pearl there on the belly area. Very feminine and fun to wear. So now for our last pair of earrings. I believe these are dry. Keep your fingers crossed for me, please. But you could just leave it just like this. I've actually made, I think, a pair of purple ones I gave to somebody. And then I have some pink ones that I think I'm fixing to give somebody else. But look at these turquoise ones. And I'm just going to add a little crystal rondelle there. And then a glass pearl. Isn't that nice? And then we're going to hang it on an ear wire. I need to make sure I make the loop in the right direction so the earring will fall correctly. Just make a loop. This isn't quite dry yet, I can tell. Hopefully I haven't messed it up, but if I did, I can just go back in there and redo it. And there's those earrings. Aren't those pretty? Ooh, those are really pretty. And there is our 5 pair of earrings. And let me know which are your favorite. The green seashells, or just the simple seashells, the starfish, the flowers, or the mermaids. Let me know down in the comment section below. And as far as my favorite, I don't know. I think it's a tie between the flowers and the starfish. I like both of those a lot, and I really had a lot of fun making these. If you're interested in getting your mermaid beads, I'll leave some information down in the description box below as to where you can get your Jessie Jane Beads mermaid stash. They've got these and all different other variations in colors and combinations available right now. And I hope you all have a fantastically wonderful day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.